Hey y'all, Dexter Maddox back here. I just wanted to do a quick follow-up video about the podcast I just did with Grant on everyday oral surgery about Loom. I just wanted to kind of be able to let you see what the website looks like and kind of what the actual application, kind of how it performs and how I'm using it on a regular basis, because I think it's an awesome tool that not enough practices are using, in my opinion. If you look at the website here, the use case they're talking about is like there's so many meetings that it's a problem. And that actually is what Loom's kind of company goal is. Like if you listen to their founder, they're saying they're kind of pushing back against the constant Zoom meetings that a lot of folks that are in kind of other fields are having, just constant virtual meetings. And it's kind of funny because I think for oral surgery, we're really on the exact opposite. I don't think we're having enough meetings. Probably in most cases, we're really, we don't want to take a bunch of time that could be clinical time or productive time and allocate that to a bunch of meeting time. I get that for sure. It's always hard to kind of have to close down your schedule to do that for everyone. While Loom is really designed to get like meeting count down for, some of these big organizations, in a weird way for oral surgery, it does the opposite. It allows us to kind of have the meetings that we're not having and that maybe we should be having a little bit more. It's really, it's used a lot by a lot of different companies, a lot of different industries. I think it's gaining a lot of popularity, and for good reason. I think it's a tremendously effective application. I'm personally excited about the Loom AI tools that they just announced. Like I talked about on the podcast, it just does a lot of the kind of like heavy lifting for you. Just auto titles, you'll see in a second. It makes it just like easier to find previous information, and I can really shoot a Loom video and then like boom, share it. It's ready to go. I don't have to like then put in a summary, put in a title, and do all these extra things. I'm like boom, record the video, share it. Let's move on. Because a lot of times I'm doing that kind of in between patients or kind of, in those little bits of downtime. And that's where I think it's really nice for oral surgery is in those little bits of downtime. Now you have where, a team member can just have this up on their web browser and they could watch a few minutes of the Loom video and kind of get updated on whatever training or whatever information they might benefit from in those little bits of downtime that we find during the day. So it just allows us to be a little bit more efficient rather than, closing an hour and a half of your schedule. And then the real question is like, are you really getting that much value out of like maybe having a 90-minute block? Because people just like, in my opinion, people have like 5 to 10 minute attention spans. Most of these Loom videos are going to be 5 to 10 minutes. You can speed them up. So, I think not only is this not cutting into productive time, I think you're getting better value information that they can record and kind of play back. And the Loom AI just makes that even easier because there's summaries you can search back later. If they're like, oh yeah, I remember there was that video. I can't remember what. It'll search like the entire transcript of the video. So it's easy to find later for team members. Same thing, it puts things in chapters. It's pretty cool how it does that. So like a YouTube video is going to have chapters and it just breaks it down in like a chapter by chapter basis. So not only can they search for, specific title, but then they can go through and they don't have to watch the whole maybe 7-minute video. They can find like that 90-second clip that's actually what they're looking for. And again, that's what's like keeping people able to remain productive and not having to sit through big meetings and take notes. The notes, they get thrown in the way. In my opinion, a super effective way to do training, even to find some tasks and doing some simple editing just to improve, the overall quality of the video. So I can show you the pricing a little bit more. $12.50. It's just a no-brainer. Really, all you need is, the doctors. It's helpful for the doctors. Really, the leadership team, which is, doctors, office managers. You're maybe a COO, CEO, depending on how you're structured. The leaders, your clinical leaders, your clerical leaders, whoever is doing, maybe some of the training, have them done here. Not everyone in your organization needs a seat. To view, you don't need a seat. Just to create, you need a seat. And even to do some real basic creating, you don't have to have a seat. So it's an absolute no-brainer in terms of value there. Super, super high value. We can jump into like what my account looks like to help you better understand how the application is structured. And so you're always going to have like your home where it's like maybe your most recent videos kind of as we were going through stuff. And then your library is just going to be getting all the videos you've ever shot. There's a bunch of them. I use it all the time and I've done 103 and I haven't had this application that long. I probably found out about it, probably 4, 5, 6 months ago. All your notifications in terms of like when someone's watched it, it'll let you know when someone's watched it. That's the other thing. So there's that accountability. Like if you send something out, you can see who's watched it and who's not watched it. So if it's something they missed, it's just like, okay, like, why didn't you watch this? That, this is the training. So you do have that sort of accountability and ability to do some auditing there. And then the nice thing we see here is their the workspace is where it'll save the videos. If this is the videos that I've saved for, the oral surgery practice, for example, these are what I've shared with our virtual assistants. They can watch it on their own time. They can rewatch it. They can slow it down. They can look at the transcripts. They might not be able to, understand my Southern drawl sometimes. So having this in a way that's really easy for them to consume the content is nice. And you can, maybe they want to do it a little bit slower. They think I talk a little bit fast, or, somebody's watching it in the office all the time. I like default it to 1.5 speed. So you can have that same meeting, but have it at your own time and your own speed, and you can pause it. And you can also throw in a comment and say like, hey, what did you mean there? And then that'll put the comment, which is going to send me a notification, which is going to, then allow me to respond back to that. And then you have the summary that's AI generated. You have the chapters that are AI generated, and then you have these comments. So if there is something that's really not clear, you can go ahead and comment there. You can even do like a whole Loom video. It's a really easy way to communicate. And as you generate these Loom videos, you can save them in workspaces. So this is like our main workspace. So the key members of the organization can, or that just send links mostly through Teams. They can always click on those and access that information. It's always readily available for them. So it's been a really nice tool in the office. And then in terms of what actually like taking the video, if you click this Loom icon here at the bottom of your screen, this is what it looks like. You can have this this window size, which it's not going to work because I'm recording on my computer right now. So I'm just going to exit out of this. You don't have to have it, but you could see how you kind of have the camera. So you can like gesture with your hands, or, if you needed to do something. So I'm going to go ahead and X that, but then you can just start recording, and it's going to take whatever microphone you want. So you can just click start recording. It's going to give you like this little countdown, 3, 2, 1, action. And so now it's recording your screen, and anything you do, and usually, if it wasn't recording with this computer, it'd show up a little picture of you on the side. And another cool like little feature I like, and actually use pretty routinely, is this like little drawing tool. So you can say like, if you're trying to gesture to folders or, do whatever, just, draw a little stick, you can do whatever you want, kind of have a little fun with it, and just like really be clear with what you want. You can play with the size, you make it big, you can, change the colors, whatever. And then there's like a little celebration thing. So have fun with it. Why not? Just gotta enjoy the day a little bit. And then basically once you're done recording it, boom, it's already saved, it's already hosted. So it's just way easier than recording a YouTube video, uploading a YouTube video. This is just something that's just like super snappy, super quick. Boom, copy the link, share the link on Microsoft Teams. Then somebody gets like a video explanation. So it's just like it's a really super easy way to communicate. We use it all the time. I think it's great for oral surgery practices. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for dropping in.